Welding is an essential technique in metalworking, but weld joints do not always achieve the desired adhesion. The issue of poor weld adhesion often occurs due to various reasons, such as unclean material surfaces, inappropriate welding current, incompatible welding rods, incorrect welding technique, or malfunctioning equipment. And today, I'm going to share with you a way to fix one of those causes. I prepared 2 aluminum wires coated with a thin layer of copper. But before I can weld them together effectively, it's crucial to strip away that outer copper coating, because it can interfere with the weld quality and prevent a strong bond. Now I'm going to solder them together using tin. The solder joint shows clear signs of poor adhesion. The tin doesn't stick properly to the wire surface. Instead of forming a smooth, shiny bond, the solder beads up or peels away, leaving gaps and a weak connection that can easily break under slight pressure. I'm going to create a homemade solution that works like flux. Its role is to clean the metal surface, remove oxidation, and help the solder flow and stick better, ultimately ensuring a stronger, more reliable joint. First, I'm going to use baking soda. It acts as a mild abrasive and helps neutralize surface impurities, making it easier for the solder to bond with the metal. Next, I have an old battery here. I'm going to use it as a metal content to enhance the chemical activity of the homemade flux solution. The metal casing of the battery, usually made from zinc or zinc alloy, plays an important role in the mixture. When combined with baking soda and a bit of moisture, it can react to form a mildly alkaline solution. This helps clean the metal surfaces by breaking down oxides, much like commercial flux. As a result, it improves the ability of the solder to flow and bond tightly to the base materials. I'm going to cut the metal casing into small pieces. This increases its surface area, allowing it to react more effectively with the baking soda solution. Speeding up the process and enhancing the cleaning action for better solder adhesion. I'm going to combine the battery casing pieces with the baking soda. The syringe as the applicator for my tool. I'm going to attach the needle tip to the bottle cap. This will turn the cap into a convenient nozzle, making it easier to control the flow of solution when applying it to the metal surfaces during soldering. I'm going to secure the needle tip to the bottle cap using hot glue. The glue forms a strong, airtight seal that holds the needle firmly in place, preventing any leaks while allowing solution to be dispensed smoothly and accurately during use. This is sulfuric acid, H2SO4. It's a highly corrosive and reactive acid, often found in car batteries. In small, controlled amounts, it can be used to clean metal surfaces by dissolving oxides and other contaminants, making it easier for solder to bond effectively. However, it must be handled with extreme care due to its strong acidic nature. I'm going to use a syringe to precisely measure and control the amount of sulfuric acid I add. This helps ensure safety and accuracy, preventing overuse while still making solution strong enough to clean the metal effectively for soldering. I'll gently shake the mixture to help it react with the battery casing and baking soda. This motion allows the acid to interact more evenly with the metal in the powder, triggering a mild chemical reaction that enhances the cleaning properties of the homemade flux solution. As the reaction takes place, the mixture begins to work similarly to commercial flux. It cleans the metal surfaces by removing oxidation and impurities, allowing the solder to flow smoothly and adhere more effectively. This homemade flux helps ensure a cleaner, stronger, and more reliable solder joint, just like what you'd expect from a store-bought flux. Once the battery casing has fully dissolved, the solution is ready to use. I'm going to apply a few drops of the solution to the ends of the two aluminum wires. After applying the solder, you can clearly see that it adheres much better to the aluminum wires. The tin spreads smoothly and forms a solid, shiny joint that clings tightly to the surface, indicating a strong bond. Unlike before, there are no gaps or signs of solder peeling off, showing that the homemade flux did its job in preparing the metal for a successful weld. Next, I'm going to solder 2 pieces of steel wire. The result is surprisingly clean and nearly perfect. The solder clings smoothly to the steel wires, forming a shiny, uniform joint without lumps or gaps. It looks professionally done, solid, neat, and durable. This shows that even with basic materials, a well-prepared flux solution can produce high-quality, reliable solder joints. Through this experiment, it's clear that the homemade solution works effectively as a flux substitute. It cleans the metal surfaces, removes oxidation, and significantly improves the adhesion of solder on both aluminum and steel, metals that are typically difficult to solder using conventional methods. The final solder joints are not only strong but also visually clean, smooth, and well-formed, demonstrating the importance of proper surface preparation. This simple and cost-effective approach delivers impressive results, making it a valuable technique for DIY projects or basic repair work.